This week on Pivot with Purpose. You're 63. How many kids do you have?
I have 7.
How many babies, mamas?
7. It couldn't be no other way.
I can understand one being an oops.
Yes.
Never happened again. Because once you know better, you do better. So you're trying to tell me that you know better, but you have a child that's 37. You also have one that's 16.
Yes.
That is like 19 years difference.
Yes.
And for 19 years, you were still fucking up.
Yeah. Now, the question should be, TK, what have you learned from that situation? And what makes a man to me is you accept the things you've done. But if you could teach people not to make the same choice that you make, and they go, wow, I don't want to be in that same position that TK was talking about.
Hey friend, you're listening to Pivot with Purpose. This is my show where I pivoted from shit I'm 30, where I was dreading turning 30. I had a failed marriage, failed engagement after that, and I don't have a relationship with my immediate family. But through it all, I came out the other side with a thriving business, an unexpected radio morning show of my own, and a platform where I can reach millions of people and help them walk in their truth. I am now celebrating every step of my journey into continuously finding my purpose, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Sometimes this journey looks like shit, and it probably sounds even worse, but it's still our journey, and I'm learning right along with you to enjoy it. There's always a rainbow after the rain falls. Now, if you need advice in pivoting in any aspect of your life, relationships, career, spirituality, send your questions or story to askcarla@gmail.com or shoot me a DM at Carla Wilmaris. Now, let's start the show. Welcome back to another episode of Pivot with Purpose. Today's a special one. I was actually headed out to Tampa to go to Hollow Scream and hang out. Funny story on that. I was going on a date with this guy and he canceled on me. He's a single dad.
Okay.
So his daughter, I can't complain to it. I get it. Daughter said can't come. So I went ahead and called somebody else and I said, hey, going to Tampa. You want to roll? He said yes. So we rolling.
Oh, cool.
You know, it's
okay.
I realize it's been almost 2 years. I am the definition of single. Like,
okay, I respect that.
All caps, single. I've never been this single in my life.
Right.
And I don't know how ready I am today, but let's call somebody up and say, let's just go have a good time. Not like I'm trying to do anything.
Right.
But just have a good time.
Will you take advantage of them if the opportunity?
Not this one.
Not this one?
Not this one.
Okay, you're not feeling that person like that.
This is just, we're just going to chill.
Now, how, and if you wanted, because I could tell you're a boss,
Mm-hmm.
so if you wanted to sleep with someone, how would you pull it off?
I don't even know what that looks like.
Like,
anymore.
would you seduce a person, buy a person a drink? You're sleeping in the same hotel
Honestly,
room?
every time that anything has happened for me, so I have 2 left feet.
Okay.
Somehow my bad dancing and my loud mouth makes them to fall in love with me. So I don't have to do much. They'll just be like,
Yeah.
just get to dancing. And they're like, I love the fact that you have no rhythm. And I'm like, I know.
That's hilarious.
I know.
Hilarious.
But this voice that you hear, I did a little research. Always knew who he was because, he is about 95 years old. So he's been along for a while, 3, 4, 5 different generations. He's an actor. He's a stand-up comedian. He's a podcast host. Right. We're in a podcast right now. He is a writer. So I found out. He is here for his comedy show at the Orlando Improv. And he has writing credits. Are there any questions? You've been on BET's Comic View, Lollapalooza. Did you do Def Jam? No Def Jam?
No.
So this BET Comic View that I remember.
Yep.
So he is known. TK, did I get all that right?
Yep, you got all of it right.
You got all of it?
You got there's a lot of new stuff.
What's the new stuff?
The new stuff is...
Well, podcast is new.
Yeah, podcast is new.
Stand-up, you're still doing?
I have my own company. I will produce my own stand-up specials.
Okay, so
and
you have a special
doing very well. Yeah, one is called T to the MFK. That's the latest one.
Okay, and where's that at?
That's actually on, I have my own network as well called TK.network. A lot of people do Netflix. I have my own called TK, because I try to get all the money.
Gotcha.
And then I sell it to Tubi and everybody else. So I do that. So this is my third one. One is called Are There Any Questions? And one is called Who Raised You? All done very, very well.
I did see you Who Raised You on there.
Yeah.
Well, TK Kirkland is here. You should be proud.
Yeah, I'm proud of that.
You should be proud. I say he's 75. He's 63, actually not far.
Yes.
So, shout out to you being here on this earth as long as you have.
Shout out to the senior citizens.
Absolutely. You might be the oldest person I've ever interviewed.
Wow, awesome.
No, not might. You are.
Okay.
Yeah, outside of my grandma when we just hang out.
Right.
But yeah, you're definitely the oldest person I've ever interviewed. Before we get started with the podcast, this was all so nice, but it's going to get real in a second. Because if you know anything about TK, he's controversial. The old is not just age, sometimes thinking too. So Apple Podcast review. Shout out to everybody who leaves an Apple Podcast review. It helps tremendously to grow this show, whether it's on YouTube or Apple. I usually choose one of the two. So today we're going to do Korean Barbecue 86. And it says, hello, Carla. Shalom. Is that how you say it? Shalom? Shalom. What is that from?
I have no idea.
Me neither. Shalom. I'm going to be real. I just love your vibes, who and what you represent. So I know this show is bomb, period. I will be honest and say I've only heard and seen maybe 2 episodes. Thank you for your honesty. But I will make sure to watch one every day moving forward. And as I watch, I definitely will show and tell you what I think as I go along with your Pivot podcast journey and continue fighting my purpose. God is love. Shout out to her. I love that.
Okay.
Because we just hit our 200th episode.
Wow, awesome.
So this technically will be like 202 or 203, something like that. And I've been podcasting for 5 years. And 5 years in, there's new listeners literally daily.
Absolutely.
So it's the beauty of podcasting that people will start listening from years ago. And I'm like, I'm not even that girl anymore.
Right,
that was so long ago.
Right.
And now to be here and it's like still new listeners, I love the fact that they can find it and relate to the new me. You know, by this time I say I'm like Carla 5.0 within the past 5 years.
Okay.
So many things have changed. So thank you for the Apple Podcast review. If you have not left one yet, please do so. Now, we started the podcast with Carla on air. You know, it's a new thing for me to be on radio after I got back to Orlando from Jersey. Poot. Jersey. Anyways, he's from Jersey. So y'all already know. Jersey. Garbage. I don't know what comes out of it. Who else came out of Jersey?
Oh, man, Flip Wilson.
Who is that?
old comedian.
Okay.
Old comedian. We have a lot of celebrities come out of
Give me another one. Give me one that we would be proud of.
Oh, man.
We can't even that.
Kool and the Gang.
Who is that?
You don't know who Kool and the Gang is?
No.
Spike and Kool and the Gang.
Showing your age.
The Manhattans.
Come on, give me somebody from like at least the 90s.
Joe Button.
Jesus, you don't want to rep that one?
Yeah, Joe Button is from Jersey City. Joe Button. You know, all right, it's a long list.
Let's just call it right there. We'll just go ahead and say he's from Jersey. I lived in Jersey for about I lived in Jersey twice. I lived in Teaneck for a year in 2006.
Yesterday.
And I lived in Alpine.
Okay, beautiful places, yeah.
Both of them hate them.
Okay.
So not for me. Up north is not for me anyway. Florida, Orlando is my place. So here I
stay. If you're from Florida, you want to stay in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-mm.
The
over
weather,
the
the way the city moves.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like it. So we're gonna start with Carla on air, and this is usually an article or something that's going on that I want to talk about. So Love is Blind. I'll be shocked if you've ever seen it. No. Okay. So Love is Blind is a series of a dating show on Netflix. I sometimes like to unwind, and I'll fall asleep every time. So it takes me forever to finish a season of something.
Okay.
But I'll watch something that has nothing to do with work or like development or just trash TV to get it. So Love is Blind is going on. And I want you to picture this. This is a scenario that happened. So these people are in pods. They don't see each other, and you have to fall in love with someone after talking to them for like 10 days and propose because you're talking to them constantly.
Propose like marriage?
Yes.
Oh, man.
And then, so here's how the show works. You're for 10 days in these pods. You date a bunch of people. You see who you connect with. You don't know what they look like, where they're from, how tall they are. Like, you know nothing about them. You just talk to them through a wall.
Yes.
So all these days. So finally, that connection, you fall in love with them, you propose, then you meet each other. And you see what you look like. Then they send you off for, I think it's like 4 weeks to an island. Okay. And it's like a honeymoon type of, or pre-honeymoon.
Right.
And then they put you in an apartment for another 4 weeks until your wedding.
Man.
So you get married in like 8 weeks from meeting each other face to face. Well, now there's this couple, and I want you to picture this. Now they got back to their apartments, and they go and see each other's real apartments where you really live. Now, here's the scenario. You're like on this 5th date with this person, right? You're getting to know them. You really like them. Then you go to their house eventually, right? Because we're grown. Now, everybody here is 30, at least 30 to 35.
Okay.
Right? You go to their house, and he's like, I'm going to cook you dinner. The guy, this is the man. I'm going to cook you dinner, and, I'm going to make you steak and potatoes, probably a little asparagus on the side, a salad, a little wine. And she's like, absolutely. I mean, I love to eat. Right. Give me a steak. So you walk in, and then she's like, well, let me help you plate everything because now you're done cooking. So I'll help you plate everything so we can sit down. You open up the cabinets, and the man has plates, spoons and forks and stuff, and cups. But it's paper plates, Solo cups, and silverware that's plastic.
Okay.
He does not own dishes.
Okay.
No dishes.
Yes.
You're somewhere between 30 and 35.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
I don't think you should judge anyone.
Of course you would say that.
Yeah.
I love that.
I don't think you should judge anyone. I think with me, everything's based on who raised you. Everything is based on who raised you. So if he's moving that way.
Okay, but we can all get raised, but at some point, we're adults.
No, you're not understanding. There's some parents who are just horrible, Carl.
Okay, let's now take accountability for ourselves. We're now adults.
Right.
So I understand our parents raised us one way.
There's grown people that
never grew up.
Yeah, but there's grown people who don't have plates.
Why?
I have no idea.
Why are you on a dating show trying to find you a wife when you don't have plates?
But you're profiling, you're criticizing, and to hear you do that is kind of strange.
Okay, well here's the thing.
Because you're so amazing, for you to judge that guy so hard.
If you're broke, you shouldn't be dating.
I agree with that.
Okay. Oh, we agree on something. Might be the only thing this whole episode.
I do agree with that.
Okay.
I believe that a man and woman, everybody should work hard and have themselves together first.
Absolutely.
And I mean really have yourself together.
You don't have to be a millionaire by any way, but you really need to be able to cover all your bases and live comfortably.
To enhance the woman or the man that you're going to date.
Absolutely.
People think I'm crazy when I talk like that.
No.
But it's a fact. Like, you don't want to be broke, but you want to have a little something. Yeah. At least go to a movie. At least to at least pay your bills before you bring another man or woman into your
If
life.
You're coming and inviting me to your house to eat, at least have two. The dollar store literally has
now, do you think somebody
plates.
We're going to go back to being grown, but 30 to me is not grown. I think we talked about that earlier.
At 30, I think at this point, we're still defining our careers, who we are. We're still learning. You mature a little bit, but we're talking about specifically here, paper plates.
I totally agree because
not
I believe
one dish, like a fork. How am I going to cut the steak?
I believe everything that you're saying, but what I've seen around the world, I'm very disappointed. Even to hear what you're telling me, that a man 30-something years old has paper plates.
So there was something else that happened.
Okay.
She goes through his things and opens the drawer in the bathroom, and he has a sex drawer. What is a sex drawer? When different women leave earrings or a ring or something, he just like throws them in a drawer. And when she opens it, he's like, oh, it's just like from random women that have been here and they've left little things. And he has, why not just throw it away? I feel like that's so immature.
It's not immature to the guy, but at least hide it.
It's not immature to keep
because they haven't moved in together yet.
No, let's say you're a single man. Why are you keeping a drawer full of earrings and rings?
Listen to what you said. He's single. He could do whatever he want to do.
Absolutely.
2 is his place.
So I'm asking you, what do you think about a man keeping a drawer where whenever a woman...
I think some men have memories. Like back in the day, I used to keep women panties.
I don't know if you should have admitted that.
No. Back in the day.
You said that out loud?
Yeah.
How long back in the day?
I'm smooth. Like if I'm kicking it with you and I got you down, and I like when the girl lift up like that. Like you ever lift up?
First of all, you are 63 years old. Can you say woman?
What did I say?
Girl.
Okay, well, woman. But now you're trying to tell me I'm speaking. That's what the Lord told me to say.
Don't bring the Lord is Lord.
It came.
I am your humble servant and talking to you right now.
But I like the way. Listen to me. But I do like you hold people accountable. I do like that you should say certain things. But let's go back to this. Why you were holding on to people's panties? It was just like a trophy thing for me. I used to. Men have certain things that we like.
Serial killers do that. You know, you ever watch those Netflix documentaries?
Yeah, you watch. See, that's the problem. You watch too many documentaries.
Thank God that I do, so I can. Those are all like hints. They really keep trophies.
You have allowed TV to mold.
This is not TV. This is real life.
Yeah, no. What you're saying?
Ted Bundy was real.
Yeah, what you're saying is true. But Ted Bundy was in the 70s. So you know who killers are, though. But that happened in the 70s.
He was extremely handsome.
He was horrible.
So I'm not saying that you're a serial killer or anything for now. But just the trophy?
Yeah, that was
just to remember it?
Yeah,
the memory in your brain wasn't enough?
No. Even though I could keep those too. But I don't do it now. But it was years ago. I mean, that was my thing. Well,
I think that the whole paper plate thing on Love is Blind, I think as a woman...
It could be a turnoff.
Absolutely. She's a woman that owned her home, has a 3-story home, has a very successful business. To me, paper plates represent the potential and ability for you to be able to give me the lifestyle that I already have.
Here's the question that I want to ask you on that situation. How did she respond?
Oh, she clowned him.
But she stayed though, right?
I don't know. I'm waiting for the other episodes.
Okay, I guarantee you
I'm
she
waiting for the
stayed. I guarantee she didn't leave.
I guarantee you she did.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right.
Absolutely.
You want to put some money on it?
Absolutely.
$1. Okay.
The episodes come out October 6th. I'll let you know.
Let me know, and I'll give you my cash app.
All right.
I guarantee
For
you
$1?
she stayed. I want my $1.
Let's do 50.
No. Okay, I'll do 50.
50?
Yeah, I could do
All right.
50.
That
Yeah.
they didn't get married.
I don't know. Not that they got married. That she stayed. Like she didn't leave.
Well, they're about to get married in 8 weeks. The whole point of the show is like, do they end up getting married?
Oh, no. I don't think she'll marry him. I'm just talking about the dinner thing. Like she stayed to have dinner. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, no, he wasn't cooking her dinner. I switched the scenario.
Oh, okay.
Because they had already been through the pods and on
Okay,
vacation.
okay.
So when she walked in,
If
she
she's
saw that. She
mature,
was
what
like,
you're
ew.
saying, and she got her own place,
She has her own place, a
White or
successful
black?
business. White. Her father's a millionaire. She comes from a very affluent family. He wasn't rich always.
I
Like,
would be shocked if she stayed, but no, she don't stay.
she don't stay.
No, she don't
There's
stay.
no way she stays.
No,
I just feel like that shows you that shows me the inability of you being able to give me the lifestyle that I already provide for myself.
Yes, but here's my next question. Why, with her being successful, she's on that show?
Because I will say, the more successful you are as a woman, it is harder to date. It's harder to date without having to find a stay-at-home dad or a man that want to be taken care of. These men nowadays, they are sassy. Okay?
They do want to be taken care of.
Sassy. They're like, take care of me. And
I
I'm
totally
like,
agree.
where?
When I go on social media and I represent women like you. I talk how
I represent us. You don't represent us.
Let me finish my conversation. Thank you, darling. I represent a woman, what kind of man she should look for.
Okay.
And the flack I get from guys because they think that I'm crazy, but they really think the way you're saying. They want to be taken care of.
And I
don't
have
get
no
it.
problem providing certain things.
Right,
I have
right.
no problem with that.
Yes.
But I'm not taking care of you. And I'm not
agree
going
with
to
you.
fix your fuck ups.
Yes,
There's a child in here.
I totally agree.
I'm not gonna fix your mistakes. I'm not gonna because if you don't listen to me, also we all have weaknesses and strengths,
Mhm.
and it's like I know my strength
Mhm.
is
And
business.
how would you better a person if you was dating them?
Oh
If
man,
they had certain things and you like that, you got to like that person.
I gotta like
but you
you.
really like that person.
Mhm.
How would you better that person's life?
I would make sure that if my strengths are their weaknesses, I can implement that. So
Okay.
if your weakness is growing a business,
Okay.
I will go ahead and what I do for my clients, I'll do for you.
Okay, I respect
You
that.
know, and I'll
Mhm.
look at what you got going on and say, hey, maybe let's try this strategy instead.
Okay.
Let's
I
do
like
whatever.
that.
But it takes a very secure man to let me lead in that way because they might feel like, oh, this is a woman telling me what to do in business. Most women are the heads of all these businesses that you see.
I totally
Some of
agree.
the most successful men that I've known have women
Mhm.
all over their team.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Like if you show me your business and there's not a woman in a position of power,
Mhm.
where are you going?
Yeah, I totally agree. That's true.
You agree
Mhm.
with me?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, if there's no woman in your business,
Mhm,
you're
I
going
agree.
straight down.
Mhm.
So yeah, that is what that brought to me. It reminded me of the fact that I can't just date anyone.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you have to be able to provide to me at least somewhat of the lifestyle that I already provide for myself.
I agree. Which is kind of hard now.
It's very hard.
It's kind of hard. And that's what I tell women and even yourself. The more successful you go up, the window of who you're trying to meet is going to be low because you're not going to really find nobody on your level.
What I want from a
So
man.
now can you make a man an asset? Can you
Absolutely. I already
like
built
a
one
man
before.
who doesn't have much, but he has great character.
Yes.
He's a good person.
Mhm.
Would you, because he doesn't have the money now.
Mhm.
He's just
Money comes and goes.
Yeah, he's going to bust his butt to do what he's doing.
Absolutely.
But you really like that guy.
Yes.
Would you
Absolutely.
make him an asset?
Well, okay. It depends where today, like he's broke.
I'm just saying he's doing enough to what he's doing, but you like him, babe. You really like this guy. You don't really care what he has.
Let's say that there was someone that had it all and maybe put something in the stock market and lost it and has to rebuild it back up.
That's a fairy tale story. I want to go with more.
Give me a scenario.
I'm
What's
talking
the real?
about he's just works.
And he's
a
how
9
old?
to 5 guy.
Oh, 9 to 5. I got no problem.
He's 30-something years old. He has paper plates.
Nah, not doing it.
You're not doing it.
Mm-mm.
Okay. But you really like him.
What do I like about
Now
him?
watch this now. He has paper plates.
I like people's
Watch
mentality.
what I'm doing. He has paper plates, but you like his mind.
It won't happen.
He doesn't have a great job, but you like him compared to a guy who got it going on, but he doesn't stimulate your mind, but he doesn't turn you on either. Now you got a choice. Which one you choosing?
Well, here's the reality of that.
This is my story.
I hear you.
Which one you choosing? A person that has money, but he doesn't turn you on.
I need someone to stimulate my mind. So I'm not a very sexual person, like physically. I need someone to stimulate my mind. And someone who stimulates my mind is not a broke nigga.
Okay.
For you to be able to stimulate
stay
this
focused
brain,
on me. I'm focused on what I just said, the scenario. This person...
I'm taking whoever stimulates my mind.
He's going to stimulate your mind.
Yes. You can't be... I don't care how much money you got. You can't bore me.
Okay, so you rock it with the person that's broke.
But let me tell you something. For him for him to have stimulated my mind, he would never be in that position.
But what happened is because there are people who...
No, I've never met one that can stimulate my mind and has paper plates.
Okay, I respect that.
No, don't get me wrong. I have paper plates. I got solo cups, and I have I take all the stuff.
But you also have the other stuff too.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
You got to be versatile. Right. You can't tell me I don't mind paper plates.
Let's say that same guy who had the paper plates, he has a little change. You know, he got a little bit.
He would have at least some IKEA plates in his house.
And you don't really like the way he's moving. Say, baby, you're doing well for yourself. You got to get some real.
A man like that, it would be like the dishes would be ugly, and I'd be like, let's just change them out to something wide. Right. They would probably have like tacky ones.
Right.
I don't mind tacky ones, but at least you got some.
Okay.
You know, because we can work with that, but nothing.
Okay, I respect that.
Okay, so that took way longer than I thought it would, but it was a good conversation. I like it. Honestly, I do know you from comedy because we have people in common, but outside of that, I don't know much about TK Kirkland. Right? I feel like even when I tried to Google, right, there wasn't much information about your personal life, your upbringing. I love that. Mystery man, always toxic. Right. So I want to know, how many kids do you have?
I have 7.
You're 63, 7 children. Your youngest?
16, a boy.
Younger than mine?
Yeah,
okay.
16.
All right, wow, it's 63?
So 63.
So 63 minus 10 is 53, minus 6, 47?
Yeah, about
57.
That.
47.
47, yeah.
Yikes.
Awesome.
Whew. Was there any sperm left at that time? It's probably like the only one that came out like, oh, here's just me strangling along.
Awesome.
All right, so you have 7 kids. How many babies, mamas?
7. It couldn't be no other way.
1. Okay.
Yeah.
The oldest is how old?
37.
Okay, my age. Okay. You grew up in Jersey, mom and dad together?
Everybody's deceased.
But were they together?
Yes, absolutely.
They were married,
married
all the way through?
Since they was 18.
Was that a relationship that you would say was like a healthy relationship?
Yeah, it was healthy until they all died.
No shit. They're fucking dead.
Yeah, deceased. Yes.
All right. Well, what do you consider a healthy relationship or healthy marriage?
They provided for us. They loved their kids.
I said you were talking about children. Mom, dad.
No, I'm getting to that.
What you saw?
I think that they provided the kind of man that I am today. Hardworking, honest, brutal. And then, you know how sometimes you got kids that'll go astray, that'll do crazy things.
How many siblings?
Because you get up at 2, but they're deceased as well.
So it was 3 of you guys?
Yeah, it was 3. I was the middle kid. So they're deceased too. But, you know, in life, you have these moments where you can get off track. And I got off track for a while, did a lot of crazy things. And then came back on point, boom. And the rest is history.
TK, that's a lot to unpack there alone. Your parents are gone, your siblings are gone. And I asked you this morning when we were at the radio show, I was like, do you do therapy? Do you go to therapy? And you said no.
No.
Do you... That's a lot to like carry with you.
I don't know the word, but my kids made me feel amazing one day. They was like, Dad, I don't know how you do it because I don't know what we would do if all my brothers and sisters was going with my mom and dad.
Are they all over the country?
Not all over the country, but they're in a few states. It's called living the dream in my world.
What dream? That's the TK dream.
That's the American. Yours is the American dream. My dream is my dream. Let me have my dream.
So this was your dream, to have children with different women all over the place.
But what I've learned in life is not to complain. I've learned to accept my decision making. Even though I had something on the post the other day, I felt like if I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't have any children.
I'm gonna play the full thing.
Think about it.
You have kids yourself?
I have kids. I have kids from us, and if I had to do it all over again, I don't think I have any children. I love my kids. I tell people now, even though you love your children, if you're not with the father or the mom, a child is a bookmark. It reminds you of the fucking mistake you made that night or nights for the rest of your life.
Right, if it's not planned.
If it's not planned. This is
Right,
why
'cause
you
that-
got to wear a condom, because all you got to do, if you don't believe me, everybody, on Monday mornings, I want you to go downtown in your local area and go to child support court and sit in the fucking lobby. And you would think that you was going to a Future and Drake concert, seeing the people lined up in that. It's for real. So what is it you don't like about that?
There's a lot.
I'm
Where do we
listening.
start?
Okay.
Okay. So 1, you have 7.
Yes.
I can understand 1 being an oops.
Yes.
I was 17 when I got pregnant with my daughter.
Yes.
18 when I had her. I will say that was like, fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Never happened again.
Yes.
Why? Because once you know better, you do better. So you're trying to tell me that you know better, but you have a child that's 37. You also have one that's 16.
Yes.
That is like 19 years difference.
Yes.
And for 19 years, you were still fucking up.
Yeah.
You're giving out this advice that you don't
Yes.
even take yourself.
But no, now the question should be, TK, what have you learned from that situation? Now, let me phrase it.
It took 7 children for you to learn something?
Success.
And now when you're shooting powder is when you learn?
Well, not powder. I'm still
like, what?
Don't,
there's like nothing left.
No, there's nothing.
You emptied it out.
I'm still healthy. But let me give you the story on this. And you can't teach nobody nothing. You ain't been through nothing.
How much do you have to go through?
Let me finish, because what you're doing, you're playing judge here, and you can't play judge.
I won't judge. Go ahead.
If you're going to be in this position and you're interviewing me,
I'm not interviewing. I'm having a conversation.
You have to be open-minded that people's lives are not always planned or strategized the way other people think their lives should be.
Okay.
So what I've learned in this tape, and a lot of comments, a lot of people think the same way that you think as well, right? But the thing about that story is not to be depressed, understand your life, because I said it in there. I feel bad that I've done that because I wish I could have been the traditional. Let me finish.
Traditional.
Let me finish my story.
Sorry.
Thank
you take forever.
Yeah, but I like to talk slow.
I've been telling this man, he talks like elevator music.
You still interrupting me.
2x.
And I have a. If you keep interrupting me, I can't get my message across, and you come out looking like you really control this conversation, and I want to get my point across.
Turn the mic.
Okay, so my point that I'm making is, you go through life, you deal with certain things, and what makes a man to me is you accept the things you've done. But if you could teach people not to make the same choices that you made, not mistakes, choices that you made, whether someone's in Ghana, whether someone's in Oakland, California, and they hear me say that, and they go, wow, I don't want to be in that same position that TK was talking about, and this is what I'm going to do so I don't end up in that same situation. It's just
so
that
you're like a savior. You fuck it up real bad. So
well, it doesn't matter if I'm a savior. The purpose is we all are God's children. We all have to do things to give back. So I did what I had to do in that situation, and I apply it to the podcast, and I share with people. Now, different people are going to get what they want out of it. Like you look at it that way.
You want to be Nick so bad.
No. I'm older than Nick. So Nick
wants to be you.
Yeah. So I'm older than him. My point that I'm making, any man, if you can learn from my situation, find one woman if you can, and stick with that one woman.
I just love how it's usually the men that can't keep it in their pants, the man that don't value a woman, the man that can't be in a relationship, the one that goes and tells us, go find one woman. You know who I'm going to take that advice from? From the man that has had the one woman. From the man that knows how to value a woman, that has with their actions on a daily basis shown how they value women. That's who I want to take the advice from. Not the one who's still walking around state to state, putting their thing into anything.
I'm going to still tell you why that's wrong.
Why is that wrong?
Because you have so many people who are habitual liars.
Yes.
And 90% of men are habitual liars.
You know 90% of men?
Let me finish. 90% of men are habitual liars. The same way you got played, in a sense, having a kid.
I got played.
Yeah, you got played. You got played because you went for what the man was saying in this conversation. And it's not your fault. Most women are in that situation.
Actually, it wasn't just that.
No, let me finish. But most women are in that situation. Most women get caught up in the situation.
Let me tell you something. If I were to be caught up by what people just say, I would have had 13 children by now.
Okay, so let me finish. Because
I've had men with the gift of gab.
I know that I'm talking slow, but let me finish my thought.
Let's go.
What I'm saying is there's so many women in that situation in life. There is no right path. There is no, you should do it this way. People do things happen.
But when do you
People
take
that-
accountability for not fixing your mistakes?
When kids are here, there's nothing you can't fix your mistake.
Again,
you can only be what you
it takes
can.
a lot for you to create a child.
It takes about a few minutes.
You know what's crazy? A woman can only get pregnant within a 48-hour time frame of the 30 days.
Yes.
It's like 24 hours, 48 hours.
And your point
very
is what?
small. You know how... I thought that was a kid. You know how much fucking you got to be doing raw?
Yeah.
In order to procreate seven children with different women all the time?
You're talking about over 30-some years, though.
No, we're talking about in over 19 years. 7 children. By children number 3, let's say.
Yeah, but that's your opinion, sweetie.
That is just logic.
It's millions of people, of men, that have had that type of situation.
Right.
And
how much you paying child support?
Yeah. I don't pay nothing in child support.
Ooh.
Like, I'm a good dad.
Hold on, but you travel all the time.
Yeah,
They're
but I'm still
on different
a good dad.
But you don't pay child support?
Why would I pay child support?
So you take them to school every day, you take them to the doctor's offices, you take them to practices,
I
you
mess
take them
with
to the
women that got themselves together.
Okay.
And
like a true toxic man.
But,
you know what it takes physically? I would rather today, where I am today, I'm doing it alone.
Yes.
And it's hard. But you know how easy it is for me to go and work and make the money. I have to have a nanny, right?
Yes.
And she has to, like this morning, I'm at the radio station. She got to take him to school.
Yes.
She sometimes has to take him to practice.
But you don't have no help. My kids, I help their mothers.
That's their mother. How do you help them? With what? If you're not there with time and you're not there with money, how are you helping them?
Yeah, but I am there with time and I'm there with money.
How can you? You're one person, 7 kids, 7 states.
My kids are grown.
When they weren't.
I did it when they was grown.
They didn't grow.
When they was babies.
So they popped out of the vagina at 30?
Yeah, no. What I'm saying, no, what I'm saying to you, when my kids was born.
From 0 to 18, how much?
A lot of time. And we're still close to this day.
What are the ages? Do you even know the ages?
Yes, 37 to 16.
No. Give me 6.
Yeah, 37, 32, 26, 22, 21, and 20, and 16.
So you have 3 that are a year apart.
Oh, absolutely.
So, and they're all in the same state?
No.
So when those 3 kids, let's just focus on 3 out of the 17 you got. Those 3, they're growing up and they have to do like that, those first 5 years of their lives. Yes. How often could you have possibly been
That's
there?
true. But so
were you paying child support then?
So I don't pay child support.
Okay, we're going to move on. We're going to move on.
Like, why would I pay child support? I'm not a bum.
Because, did you pay for their school?
Of course.
Okay, so
but you talk so fast, you don't let people get their thoughts out.
You just kept saying I don't pay child support.
You're a judge.
No. You kept saying I don't pay child support.
You put people on the.
Okay, so all these.
When I say I pay, no. Let's make sure we're clear. It's very important because I got my parents.
Child support.
Let me finish my thought, darling.
Oh, 2x.
Thank you. Yeah, make sure. When I say don't pay, that's the communication gap.
Okay.
When you saying, what do I pay? You're thinking child support, I'm not giving anything. I'm saying I take care of my babies.
Okay, what does that look like?
Yeah, it looks like you take care of you.
Can you explain to me what it looks like for you to have taken care of the
school,
kids?
Clothes, trips, etc.
Okay, what about they live in the house with their mom 24/7, right?
Yes.
They live in their home. So do you pay any of those bills in their house?
Yes, I did. They grown now.
We're gonna focus.
When they were kids, yes.
So the 16-year-old not right now. So you still have one that's underage.
Yes, and well taken care of.
What does that look like
amazing.
Now today?
It's amazing.
What does it look like?
What do you mean? What it looks like
for the 16-year-old right now? What does that look like? How do you take care of him?
It's a boy, visit. Right? We hang, go to games, etc.
School?
Yeah,
he
goes to school. Yeah, I don't take him to school. No, he's 16. No.
So who drives him to school?
His mom.
So you pay for the gas?
No.
Do you pay for her car insurance?
No.
Do you pay for her car bill?
No.
Do you pay for her light bill?
No.
Do you give her money for food?
Of course.
How much?
Whatever she needs.
So every month you don't.
I don't see.
So she has to ask you for it.
See, here's the thing that's structured with most women, and this is how you're thinking. You're thinking I need X, Y, and Z, but there's some women on this planet who move a certain way, and when they need something, because if you got your stuff together.
So how about you get your stuff together?
Some women will say, baby, I need this, and it's done.
Baby, you are my baby daddy.
No.
We made a mistake, right? Remember?
There you go again with the energy and your toxic energy.
I'm not toxic.
And the way.
I am matter of
Let me finish. And your energy influences negativity. You don't stay calm. Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm giving you my point. When you do all that and in the tone of your voice, creates that type of energy.
Okay, I'll speak
So
soft.
what I'm saying to you is there's people on this planet that just totally move a different way. You're not child support. You're not a judge. All
Not
you
a
can do
mother.
is say what you would like for your life.
Mm-mm.
You can't say what's good for somebody else's life because everybody moves
There is not
differently.
one mother. Find me one mother in this world. I don't care what language they are, what country they're
Okay.
from. One mother that is okay with raising time-wise
I'm listening.
and financially their child with the dad saying, yeah,
I
throw a
know
couple
5
dollars.
of them.
Call them right now.
No, I'm not gonna call them
I
because
want
I'm
you to call
grown.
one woman right now to tell me I'm cool with
I
it.
don't do that.
I
But
thought so.
No.
I thought so.
I'm 63. We don't
One
do that.
woman.
Let
You
me
don't
say
tell me who she
Let me
is?
say to you what I mean.
Quick.
When you're grown.
Five. The five, not one
You
will
don't
speak.
have to move that way. When you're grown, you don't have to prove that. What I'm
Well,
saying
we're having a conversation
Yes,
to educate
but-
other people, and if you can show me
but
one
what
woman,
but I'm sharing with you. You should know.
I'm not taking your word for it. You're not a woman.
But you still got to keep an open mind. You cannot.
I am, and I wanna hear it.
Let me finish a second. You cannot say, you know for a fact, that's how people move.
I'm telling you.
You cannot do that.
On this, you're not gonna-
You're basing it on your own personal
No.
journey.
I'm telling you
I
right now,
got
prove me
33
wrong.
years on you.
You're not a woman or a mother.
I'm
so
not
you
saying.
can't speak to me on that. And if
I'm
you
not-
tell me you know 5
Listen
women
to what I'm saying.
that are cool,
If you're saying that you're right, what makes you think I can't be right?
because you have no idea what it's like.
You're
You've
not
never done it.
understanding. You're asking about what's right.
No, I'm not.
I have to respect your
I think
opinion.
okay, so maybe you
Miss Carla,
lost in
listen,
translation.
You have to make sure
You just be talking and be getting people fucked
you have
up
to
with the
make
words
sure you
and slow
understand
talking.
one thing. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody has their own experiences. And
Correct.
one thing you can't do is, especially a 63-year-old, you can't
stop throwing your 100 years on this earth.
I gotta throw that into you
For what?
because
Just because you're 63 doesn't make you wise.
it makes you wisdom.
No, it does
does give
not.
you. Well, it gives me wisdom. I can't speak for the men that you probably met in your journey,
So,
but I know I got my shit
What I will
together.
say is there's no way in hell you're going to tell me, and we're going to move on because then if you're not going to call her, it's not going to make no point in talking about it.
Well,
but there's no way in hell you're going to ever convince me without calling her.
Yes.
And show me one woman that says, I'm cool with taking care of...
Okay, so but you have to respect my opinion too.
I'm not talking about opinions.
Yes.
I'm talking about prove to me and show me one woman.
But when you move through life a certain way, you don't have to prove. The great thing about it is we're on air and people will make their own decision. And here's the thing.
There's not one woman that chose to
tell
have a
you.
baby with someone that they didn't think
Watch
they were
what
going
I'm
to be
trying to
there.
say.
Time-wise.
Watch what I'm trying to tell you. On my Instagram right now, I guarantee you're going to have people that'll say, I'm down with that.
If you're
And
on his
gonna
live
say,
right now, DM me. I'm about to open up my DMs. If you're a
you know,
woman,
no,
and
we're
you're
gonna
on that
we
live,
can read it.
No,
I guarantee you.
we ain't go. You gotta put your glasses on because you can't see,
Shut up,
old
don't
man.
worry about me.
Look at you. Like
You know what they say?
can't see.
She is annoying. That's what they say. She's annoying. Well, television tells your true vision. Keep my panties any day, TK. She's a narcissist. What else? I told you. See, everybody moves a certain way. Thank you, guys. What else?
This is terrible.
Just see how, dang, that's what they saying about you.
Dang, no, about you.
No. These my people.
Exactly,
These
that's
my
the
people.
problem.
This is my there. This is
and
my
this is
people.
why you don't amplify certain voices.
So what I'm trying to say is that people move differently in life, and you have to respect that. That's what I'm trying to say. See, you thinking you getting on me, but these people getting on you because this is coming from them. They watching you. They have no idea who you are.
Again, I just want one woman to tell me.
No.
Okay
You're missing again. They are watching you, and this is
so
pure.
I get it because the way that
I'm not saying that you're wrong. No, I want to make sure I'm clear. You're not wrong.
I know.
You're not. It's just that it's the 7 billion people on this planet. People move differently. And that's what I feel, instead of you trying to tell me I'm wrong, I want you, because you have
we've never been talking about right or wrong.
No, you're not saying that I'm right, and you're not saying that I'm wrong either. But your energy says that I'm wrong.
Oh,
so what I'm trying to say,
is my
in life, people move a certain way in this game. And that's why it's called life. That's why when you watch the news and you see people going through problems, you read things on Instagram, you see the issues. Everybody, and we go, oh my God, I can't believe someone did that. That's life.
Life does happen.
Yeah, the life just happens. So regardless if it's one time, regardless of 7 times, regardless of 15 times, does it make it wrong for that person? If you're morally correct.
When are you going to learn the lesson?
The lesson's learned. But here, give me an example.
Because you're shooting powder at this point.
No, not shooting powder. My uncle's 80-something years old. This is my mother's brother.
Uh-huh.
And we talked just a few years ago.
Okay.
And he feels the same way you do. And when I do it, I feel bad, right? So he said, hey, Terrence, how you doing? And he said, how the kids? And one day we talked, this was years ago, I said, I have 7 kids. He said, Terrence, you got 7 kids. And I know his energy is what you're saying, right? So I'm thinking about my mother. I'm thinking about my dad. And I know if they was alive, they will be like, wow, T. But what I'm trying to tell people who does go down that path is don't never feel bad about what you've done. Accept what you've done. So you don't wind up being depressed. You have to go see therapy. And if you accept what you've done, it feels better as a man. It doesn't mean your life is perfect. I'm quite sure you got other things in your life. You may not be a thing with children, but just like they saying you're a narcissist, and you probably don't believe it.
Well, here's the thing.
Let me finish.
Do you know what narcissism is?
No. Everybody uses that word and throws it out there, but that's not what I'm trying to say.
But that's why I don't pay attention to them.
But what I'm trying to say in life, and this is just me to you, because you're beautiful, you're intelligent, be open-minded to know that the world is not perfect. Be open-minded to know that people do certain things, and that's just the way their life is. And
I think
it doesn't approve to you, but that's my life. I had to live with my life, and I chose the way I live, and I can accept it. Like, I'm against people being gay and homos, but I have to accept it because that's their truth. That's their life. I'm not going to condemn them. I don't like it, just like you don't really like what I'm doing.
It's not that I don't like what you're doing. The only thing that I don't like, and again, there's a difference, right? Because sometimes when you come cool, calm, collective, and you speak like that, I speak with my hands. I'm passionate when I'm talking, and I go, right? So, and some people who don't have the experience or the knowledge or don't read a book might not understand the fact that just because you're saying these things that sound good, right? There's also a pattern of behavior.
Yes,
right?
but
So, and I'll go into this because it also shows to a character. I asked you earlier this morning on the show, I said, would you, if you find out that there's a friend of yours, a male friend, because you're a male, you have a male friend who is abusive to his wife, puts hands on his wife, is a cheater, and you know this for a fact, it's not like it was a rumor, you know this for a fact, would you continue to stay friends with him?
And I would.
Can you explain that to me?
Yes, and I explained that. The reason why, because I've had a friend who was like that. And I could only voice my opinion. I can only tell the person how they should move. But I'm a true friend. And if my friend did something like that, I check them. I hope that they grow. And one of my friends did grow. And this is when we were kids, not now. It's all right.
So we're talking about as an adult.
Oh, no, not as an adult.
As an adult, you know this person?
Even if
like
I had
when you're 17, 18, I get it.
Yeah, if I had a friend in their 60s now and they did something like that and they've been my friend for over 40-some years, I would still be their friend and go, why would you do that? Because I would be upset with that person. So you would continue
to break bread with them? You continue to have dinners with them?
I will continue to break bread with them because if they go to prison or they wind up dead, that's their choice. Nothing I can do. All I can do is give you good advice. Like, yo, you shouldn't do that.
But clearly they're not taking your advice. So I think it shows more to a person's character. Because I'll flip it around. If I knew there was a woman, I could never be friends with a woman who won. There's women that keep their children.
Now, what is your name?
Huh?
What is your name?
Carla, man.
Okay, now why? Now, Carla, you're your own individual, right?
But I'm about to explain
Listen to
you
what I'm trying
why.
to say. You're absolutely right, but that's how you
correct
will move.
I'm not trying to change you.
Yes, but what I'm trying to share with you that I told you earlier, you listen to reply, you don't listen to comprehend.
I was literally about to give you I wasn't even going there.
But what I'm saying is everybody moves
okay, and you just explained to me why you would stay friends with a woman beater.
Yes. Well, see how you phrasing it? It's a lot of...
You would stay friends with a man that puts their hands ever so not gently on a woman.
No. What I'm saying to you, I would tell the person, don't put your hands on a woman.
And you would continue to
if that's my friend, that's my friend. I'm not going to cut you off after I told you, like, yo, you got to stop hitting that female.
And they keep doing it.
If they keep doing it, you try to get that person help. This is your friend.
And then you're like, but I'm not there. He's not hitting me. I can just continue.
Now, murderer, give me an example.
No, okay, well, wait, can I tell you what I was
going to tell you? Yeah, but I'm going to give you an example. Let's take OJ and his situation that happened. Let's go back to the 90s. You was a baby.
Okay, I wasn't born.
OJ, yeah, you was a baby. You wasn't even born?
No, I think I was.
Okay, so OJ had friends. They loved OJ.
Mm-hmm.
They loved him.
Mm-hmm.
They know OJ. They know what happened.
I don't know. I was little.
But they stayed his friend. There's people on this planet that have been murderers. There's people on this planet that have killed people. There's people on this planet that's abandoned people. There's people, but people, if they love that person and you accept their flaws and their mistakes, that's your friend.
Okay.
You don't have to put up with them like you used to. You could put them on the shelf and keep it moving. But in life, if you have a true bond, he's like, yo, I really appreciate what you're doing. I love you. You get a person through their situation, and then you fall back a little bit. But we're not here to judge. There are some things that's a deal breaker: rape, pedophile.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why when you ask me these questions, it's very small for me because I don't roll with a bunch of people like that. And my friends got themselves together. My friends from high school, my friends from college are all successful. And I don't think they have those problems because I'm not in the closed doors.
So going back, you're saying your cutoff point for a friend is rape, pedophilia. I have been in a situation where I saw a woman, like there are women that truly keep their kids away from parents, from the dads because they're bitter.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree. Yeah.
I can never say like, all men are staying away or they're deadbeats.
Mm-hmm.
There are some women that are also either deadbeats. There are women that also keep their children away. I have been in a situation personally where I knew this woman was being vindictive.
Mm-hmm.
She was being wrong. I can't be friends with you. I spoke to you about it. I said, yo, let this shit go. Okay, he moved on. He's still a great father. He's still there. Stop trying to take him to court for child support when he has him half of the week.
Mm-hmm.
And she continued to move that way.
Yes.
I had to separate myself from her.
Yes. But you also separated yourself from her because she also had probably a horrible personality. Normally people that do that, they have a horrible personality.
I feel like, my opinion,
okay,
a man who's a woman beater, a man who is a habitual cheater,
mm-hmm.
a woman who is conniving,
mm-hmm.
a woman who is vindictive, any human being who do things like that also spills over to the other aspects of their life. That is part of your character.
Well, here's the thing about what you're saying.
So if you're willing to do that to them, at some point in our friendship, you're going to do something to me.
And that's to you. I don't roll with people like that. So I see what you're saying.
I don't have too many friends, but those friends that I trust, I'm vulnerable with. I'm close to.
Yeah, but my friends don't move like that. I don't have friends like that. You was just asking me if that happened.
Right. It was definitely
everybody
a scenario.
around, because everybody around me is on point. My point that I'm making is if you know someone's like that and you roll with really a person like that, it comes down to decision making. It comes on the kind of person you are. Doesn't mean that you're bad. It also shows you that you could be a victim if you don't play your hands right, because everything is about character. Everything is about how you move through life. Mm-hmm. And all my experiences from children to things I've seen in my life, I voice it on my social media all the time about choices, who you roll with, have your life together, have your money together, everything that you're talking about, because you're my kid's age. So my wisdom, my experiences goes out into the world to make sure that I'm not perfect, but I'm still a fly-ass nigga. You know, like bottom line, I ain't perfect, but I'm still a fly-ass nigga. And I'm confident enough to say that. The thing that we all here learning, I'm learning from you. Like I'm seeing the passion, I'm saying, but what gets you across, because you raise your voice a little, and I'm into, you do
elevator voice.
Yeah, I'm into energy. And see, when you get that, people are influenced by that energy, and it makes people think you're right. Meaning,
not if you have your own brain and your own thoughts.
Watch this, what I'm about to tell you. If somebody was in that room and they saw the way you was acting, they would swear you was right.
I don't think that gives you right or wrong.
It's energy is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but also you have to use discernment. And I have to listen to what you're saying and have my own opinion on that, right?
We're not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying what it sounds like. So when
my energy sometimes can give aggressive.
Yeah. And that's, sometimes people take that as being right. And one thing I've learned, because I'm older than you, is not to say that you're wrong. See, 20-something years ago, I'd argue with you.
I've not once said you're wrong yet.
All I'm saying, no, I'm not saying, but here's what I'm saying at 63. I'm saying that you're not wrong. I'm saying we all are entitled to our opinion. And you have to take time to hear someone's opinion. Not say that they're right. You have to say to yourself, let me be open-minded to see. Let me be open-minded to see where that person is going. Because I told you something earlier as well. I would love to see you 34 years from now to see what kind of person you become.
You might still be here.
I pray
You might
that I
still be
get
here.
34 more summers.
You might still
But
be
we
here.
friends forever, though. We friends forever. You, my peoples. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Honestly, I think that my style of speaking, especially when I'm passionate about something, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and I love that. I'm not everybody's shot of whiskey.
But you're going to be great. So to be great, you have to listen and understand. That's going to come with years of experience.
Well,
and
see,
wisdom.
I do that. We had so many conversations outside of this, right? So now this is a 1 hour recording, but we already spent hours this morning at the radio station.
But I'm still saying about your personality. I watched you. See, I study from as soon as I meet someone. I seen your energy. I saw the way you move on the radio. I love everything about you. I can't wait as the foam settles in a glass of champagne. You know the champagne is good, but you know it's really going to be good when the bubbly go down. And what you are is that first glass of champagne. And as the years go on and you obtain different knowledge from everybody else, my suggestion, because I can't tell you what to do, my suggestion as you get older and get wisdom and knowledge from all walks of life, because guarantee you are going to interview a lot of people in 34 years.
Absolutely.
A lot of people in 34 years. And you take a little something from everybody and apply it so that when the next person that sits in your desk as years go by, you use your wisdom and experience to listen to them and say, I can see how that can probably work for that person, but doesn't work for me. Because my uncle,
I know.
Yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
You're going to go to your uncle. I know you have to wrap up. It's the fact that I produce so many shows, right?
Yes.
So podcasting is my career.
Yes.
Right? Not from the mic to the production to amplifying Black and brown voices only. I have been in this for 7 years. Not one have I interviewed anyone else that's not Black or brown, because I feel like our voices being amplified are so important.
Yes.
Also, why I don't just take any client, right? Our voices are so impactful.
Yes.
It's so important that we put out there information that's going to help our youth do better, but also not just say it, live it.
Yes.
We have to live it. We have to live by example. And have I been perfect? Hell no. In my 20s, was I wild and I was always like this, ready to fight and go off? And yes. But also there's this thing that with me, of course, now being in my mid-30s is like you grow up and you're like, well, you don't got to put your hands on everybody. You know, not everything deserves a response. Now, this is the podcast, absolutely responding, because what the hell am I going to do? I can't do a podcast staying quiet.
But what did you just say that was phenomenal? I want to hear if you heard yourself.
I don't know, but I'll play it back later.
I'm going to tell you what you said that was phenomenal, and that's me.
Everything I've been saying since the beginning.
You evolved as a young woman.
And there's still so much growth.
And that's my point. So all you just did was take what I said for the last 20, 30 minutes and made it your own, where I said the same thing.
But I'm saying today.
So let me explain to you where I'm going with that. Where I'm going with that is we all come from somewhere. We all make mistakes. You said you was crazy, you used to fight everybody, and now you're this different young lady. What I'm saying to you is that what you're doing, I do with the world, and I share my thoughts and my experiences. Some people are going to agree. Some people are not going to agree. That's what life's about. When you sit and see the different comments that we see around the world, right? It goes to show you that everybody is entitled. Their journey was different than ours. Your journey, there's going to be people who agree with you and disagree. There's going to be people who agree with me and disagnee. But does it make them wrong? No, because everybody's basing their decision on their path. I always use this scenario. We all have a flight pattern in life. Some people are out at different altitudes in life. Some people can't land because during their flight pattern, they've created so much debris on the runway they can't land. They can't be comfortable. I'm trying to put my game out there. Well, let me finish.
Jesus.
So she gets mad at me because I talk slow, and I do.
Too excellent.
You know what I'm saying? I know. We talk slow.
My brain's going.
We are here to agree and disagree, and we hold each other accountable for our choices, and it's checks and balances, and I love it.
We have to hold people accountable.
Yeah, we got to hold people accountable.
I want people holding me accountable all the time. If I do something that's like, yo, that's not cool, I want someone that loves me to tell me.
I've done that. I checked them, and these people will, from crime to, I check them all. And then you wish those people the best. Like I had a couple friends go to prison, and I was mad because the first time I helped them, I paid the attorney and everything, and they got right back in trouble with the same people. But I love this person so much that me and this person is still friends today because I love, and I seen him change and become a great man. That's friendship.
Yes. I think that, like you said, you have your non-negotiables with a friend. So you're like pedophilia and rape. For me, a woman beater, a woman that lies. Or even anything at this point in my life, physical abuse.
Yeah. And you're sharing that because obviously someone hit you before, correct?
Someone has, yes.
Yeah, and that hurts.
So even
it better hurt.
And I've talked about this.
Yeah.
I grew up, the way that I grew up, physical abuse wasn't even what impacted me the most. To me, it was more of the mental that happened.
The mental abuse?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's horrible too.
I think that, and not to, some people get mad at me. They're like, oh my God, physical abuse is terrible. It doesn't come without mental. I know, relax, calm down. I get it. Like, been there.
Okay.
But to me, when I think of, because I grew up the way that I did, bruises go away. And when I explain it, I'm like, my bruises go away. That pain that I felt, I'm like, that goes away. I feel fine now physically, right? It's what stays behind mentally.
I totally agree.
So to me, that's what stayed behind. And that's why I feel so strongly, about physical abuse against the woman, because although there are women out there who put hands first and are aggressive or whatever else, yes, I feel the same way about them.
Right.
That's one. Two, the only thing that I feel kind of like, when it comes to having 7 kids with 7 women, is just, I know what a child needs.
Yes, darling. I agree with you 1,000%.
And it's like...
But the reason why I got to pause you right there, that's how come when you see the video, I said I would never do it again because of what you're saying. I know what that takes. I know that a father...
So you understand, would you now today say...
Babe, that's what I'm trying to say.
It would have been better... But it's just, I don't understand why I had to take 7 kids to do that.
You're not comprehending.
I am comprehending because you're the messenger. Maybe it's the message is good, but I don't like the messenger.
Okay, well, no.
That could be it.
That could be it. But I want you to comprehend what I'm saying. What I said is what you're saying.
But words matter, right? So where you're like mistakes and this and that.
It doesn't matter. It's still 16 years ago. My point that I'm making is it was my life. That's how I chose to do it.
Correct.
And it doesn't, but here's the thing. It doesn't make it right though.
Correct.
I'm down for that. But I can't apologize because I'm a man. And when you're a man, you accept the choices that you make.
But you can also say, you know what? I fucked up. I'm sorry for not doing better back then. I know better now. I'm sorry for not doing better.
You're missing the point again. That's what the video is saying, not in your words.
You said mistake.
No. You're not in your words. It is a mistake. When you're having sex and it's not planned and a woman gets pregnant.
That's not a mistake.
Why you think men leave?
That's not a mistake.
No.
You made a choice.
Here's the thing about what people don't understand in life. If you didn't know your children until because after you have kids, you say, oh, I love my child. But if you never met that child, you wouldn't say that. That's why people get abortion. Why you think that the Supreme Court was so powerful? People think that women were saying, you can't tell a woman what to do with her life. It's just that women out there sex is so much that they make the mistakes. Give me an example.
That's not a mistake. So words matter. It's not a mistake.
Okay, it's still a mistake if you get an abortion.
It's a choice. It's not a mistake.
Okay.
You had to...
Mistake, choice. Okay, we just disagreeing on 2 words.
Because words matter.
Okay, so here's my point. When a woman has sex and she gets pregnant, she doesn't want it, it's okay for that woman not to have the child. When a man wants the kid. When a woman gets pregnant and she doesn't want to keep it, a man got to sit back and deal with the consequences. And 90% of men who out here banging women don't really want to have a child with that woman because what happened?
So why have sex unprotected?
We're not going to do that because we know this exists. You can't change the game.
Absolutely.
The game is there. The game was here before.
If you're here, you're the wise man.
The game was here before us. Let me finish. And the game's going to be here after we gone. This is the way this game is played.
Black Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Old man with wisdom.
Yes.
My question to you is, if you're now 60 some odd years old, you're telling the man, we can't change the game, but can you say out of your mouth, you're a man, you can choose to strap up. You can choose to get a vasectomy. You can choose to not get a man, a woman pregnant. You can make that choice.
So what did the video say, babe?
It said a mistake. That wasn't a mistake.
Get past that word. Get past that word.
It said you wouldn't do it again.
And what
you
else
wouldn't have children.
What else did I say? What else did I say in the video?
You said it was a mistake. You wouldn't have children.
Right.
I don't know.
Wear a condom and don't do it no more. What I'm saying is,
so then why beg for a child?
You gotta
and then
read.
you're not there?
No, you gotta read between the lines.
So what about the men that beg for children once they get the child?
They got to deal with that.
Who does?
The father and the mom. That's between them two.
How does he deal with it?
See, because women will say the father's a bum, but I always say that if you say the baby daddy's a bum, that means you was easy to fuck.
But what if they weren't easy to fuck? What if it was an entire, we got to get off birth control, we got to plan it, we have this whole thing about it.
That's what happened to you. That's why you feel that way.
Because it's not always like that. There's predicaments like mine where we have, counseling with the pastors and the therapists and making sure that this is what we want to do. Get off birth control, try it, be intentional about it. And then you're like, poof.
What did I say earlier?
Let's focus on that.
You got caught up in a habitual liar that played on you.
On everybody.
And this is the facts of life. And it happens to thousands of women. And we move on, we learn from it, and everybody goes on with their lives. Some lives turn out to be better. Some lives turn to be messed up. Some women go on.
People get finessed.
Some women go on to be successful. Some men go on to be successful.
True.
This is the game of life. And this is a hard game. This game of life ain't for kids. You got to be tough to live in this motherfucker. Mm-hmm. This thing, life is very, very, and you got to finesse it, and you got to outthink life. You got to put things together to put yourself in position. Nobody is wrong. You try to make things better and play the hand that you dealt. And if you play the hand that you dealt, things will be a little better. But if you look at this person's life and say, "Oh, I want to be like him," but you can't. You'll fuck around and be depressed.
You can't take out everybody's
You got
life.
some people that want to be like you.
And I would tell
and they'll stress out because they could. You're at the right place at the right time.
There's so much.
You move a certain way. Everybody can't do that. And that can cause stress. So that's what we're talking about. I just love this sister.
No, I definitely, I bring all this because one, you're older, but I just want people to understand, for at least my listeners, right?
Yes.
And people that gravitates towards my energy, because you have your fans that gravitates towards your energy. They like your smooth, slow, elevator talk.
And Carla, I have to say that you're right. Listen to me. I'm not saying you're wrong. What you're saying is what I'm trying to preach in my own way. I want men to
use protection,
understand,
get a vasectomy.
And I want men to be in their kids' lives.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And I just feel like we also have to lead by example. So when I'm out here screaming all of these things from the mountaintops,
it's too late for me to lead by example. All I can do is just tell my kids are here.
Right.
And I'm going to address something when you say the word mistake. Word mistake or choices. The bottom line is I love my children. The bottom line is, could I have been a greater father? Absolutely. But in life, this is how life treated me. If I go around talking about, man, I wish I could have, God, man. Now I'm drinking. No, I'm just saying.
We don't want to do that.
Yeah, now I'm drinking. I'm depressed.
Yeah.
Like I'm to the point in my life, I'm a man. If I wasn't in my kids' lives the way they want, and I tell my kids this, listen, I fucked your mom one night. You had a kid. You was born. So hopefully one day.
One night? Were they all one night stands?
Yeah, 3 was one night stands.
Shit.
So my thing is, if you're mad at me and when I'm old and gray, you don't want to come see me in the assisted living or I'm dying, I'm not that nigga. I'm not going to be worried about you coming to visit me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that kind of man. All I want, and this is what I want young men and women, if you gave your child life and you did the best you could, now it's up to that child to take this gift that you gave them, and it's a gift of life. And I don't like excuses. I believe, and you go ahead, you bust your ass, you get your life together, and whatever obstacles you have in your life, you try to overcome them. Now, everybody ain't gonna make it because the world ain't set up for everybody to make it. You're gonna have pitfalls, and this thing goes to the strong.
You have to overcome.
Yeah, you got to overcome them.
All I want to come out of this.
What you're saying is 100% right.
For anyone listening to be like,
if you're gonna be a dad, pick that girl you want to be with, and there's not no guarantee.
Because I think being a parent, dad, mom, whatever, being a parent doesn't always have to do. You might get to a point where you just no longer fuck with that person. You might not like them anymore, but that's not that child's fault. Right?
Yes, but see, we're saying two different things. So I'm saying you could be with the father and mother and it breaks up. It's still the same thing if the father's not around.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's like you might no longer like me, right?
But that's what I'm saying.
But still be a dad. And I just want older, all black and brown men that are here, and hopefully we can go towards this, is hold other men accountable.
And I think they do. the thing that we have to, and it's so many things.
I see it more now. I see more people cutting folks off and saying, I'm not going to be around you if you can't do better.
But I want people, and see, that's your journey. My journey is I want men to really like the person that they sleeping with.
But I'm saying now once that child is here or those mistakes have been made, whether it's
being a kid's life. I agree.
Just no matter what it is, hold people accountable.
Yes.
And if they choose to not do better, do not continue to reward them.
Yes, but see, again, your energy and passion comes because of your baby daddy. This is
there's other people.
No.
But it's not just baby daddy.
Watch what I'm about to tell you. Your energy is based on your personal experience.
My personal experience.
That's what I'm trying to say. This is, and I see it. This is your personal experience.
Yeah, I have to hold anyone around me has to be held accountable. Woman,
because
man, anybody.
of your experience. But there are men out here who do try to do the right thing. And then there's women out here that push men away.
Which is what I'm trying to tell you. I hold those women accountable.
Now, watch what I'm trying to say. And that's life. Men got to deal. I got a friend who loved his daughter. The baby mama took the girl. He ain't seen his daughter in 19. He don't even know where they are.
There has to be a woman out there holding that woman accountable if that's the case, right? Because there's also women that be like, oh, he beat me. He didn't beat you, girl. He lied.
But that's my point. We don't know, right?
But when you do know, when we do know, there's people that we know.
Yes, right.
Let's not talk about like what it might be, might not be. This is what we know for a fact.
I don't know nobody like that.
Okay, so I do.
Okay.
Right? I've been through them. I can say for me, I've been lucky enough or grateful enough to have people that have seen what have happened and said, I'm going to hold that person accountable. I have held other women accountable. It's like, you don't do that. And I'm not going to help you. Oh, can you help me with your attorney to do this? I will not help you.
So now let me share to you what you said, TK, don't use the word mistake. What I want you to do is understand when you tell these stories, I want you to say, based on my personal journey.
Based on my experience, everybody should be held accountable.
Because when you say that, people understand that better because that's why you're so passionate because you have actually experienced.
I mean, that's why I don't say all. I never say all men.
Yeah,
or all women.
I'm just saying.
I will never throw a percentage out there because I don't know all men and women.
I'm with you 1,000%. And like I said, my thing with you is that video that I put out about that is truly saying what you're saying from a senior citizen perspective. It's just different words, but we're saying the same thing. And what I've learned with dealing with on these podcasts, I had said something a while ago, how you got to give a woman game or a teacher, and that upset a lot of women. And I said something to myself I forgot to say. You should never tell a woman what to do, but you can say, may I make a suggestion? It comes off better. It comes off respectful.
And that's what I've been trying to tell you this whole time.
Yeah.
Words matter.
I totally agree.
Words have meanings behind it.
I totally agree.
And that's when people will be like, oh, a mistake. Or let me dumb it down for you.
Yeah.
Or this might... Those words really matter.
And you're just so passionate. Some people know how to let it just brush up the shoulders. Not you. You don't know how to duck. You don't know how to move out the way.
You know when I don't duck? When I'm doing stuff like this.
Okay.
Outside of here...
Yeah.
Unless you fucking with my kids and my money, you can't get a reaction out of me.
Okay. Respect.
Not one reaction, which is why I'm in the position in life that I am.
Yes.
Now if I come on a podcast and I'm like, yeah, that's cool.
Right.
I mean, I'm not going to be where I'm at.
Right.
Here is when I show my passion. I throw it out there and I go home and I'm like,
I respect it, baby. I respect
the bank account look good.
Okay.
The clients keep coming in. Because why am I going to let you bother me?
Right.
Don't fuck with my kids. Don't fuck with my money.
Right.
And we're good.
We're on the same page.
That's where it goes. But when I come here on the space, people that don't know me.
Can you give a shout out and tell people to follow me on my Instagram?
We're gonna work on him. His Instagram is TK.
Let me see. Let me put my old man glasses on.
Don't go on reading up people. That's your people. We'll definitely tag his Instagram. You wouldn't have lasted in comedy as long as you have if you're not great at what you do. Pay attention. Come on. Bring your old glasses over here. We're going to talk about a man that's older than you in a second.
Where am I going? Okay, I'm sorry.
We're going to wrap up. This is TK Kirkland. You're on tour for a while.
Oh, yeah. Tours for people go out on the road once in a while. This is a job.
Touring.
This is a job. Yeah, I work everywhere. This week, the Improv in Orlando, Florida. This Sunday at the world famous Zanies.
Well, this won't come out for a couple weeks. But
Okay,
where
cool.
can they get all your tour dates? You have a website?
On TK Kirkland, or go to TK.network, my own network, to see all my interviews, see my comedy special, and all my dates. I'm truly excited, and I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm a senior citizen, still working. I'm happy that I'm here with a beautiful young woman, and I truly wish you greatness. Because I like to see this. I like to see how 9 years ago you wasn't even doing nothing like this. And I didn't even understand what podcasting was. I was calling it the iPod.
That's crazy because I actually just reconnected with the next mime. Just nothing like that. It was after 6 years we finally spoke.
Right.
And this was the person who, when I first started this, didn't understand. He's older as well.
Yes,
he's
right.
Like
we don't know.
Later 40s.
Yeah, right.
So at the time he's like, what was it? It didn't make sense. And I'm like, just trust me. I was an accountant making six figures.
Right.
Like, I had a career. He's like, why would you leave your career? And this is the first time he's talked to me because we broke up. I went on, and then now this is me. He saw the accountants, and now he was like, yo, you got everything you ever wanted.
Right.
And all I wanted was support. But someone who doesn't understand it can't support
understand.
you. If they don't understand where I'm coming from, if you don't have that same view of mine, I can't expect someone
especially because this is new, right? Podcasting's still fresh.
New worth to
right?
us. It's been around for the white people.
It's new to us, and it goes over people's heads. And that's why I try to teach about podcasting. If you're going to get into this, find a way to make your money. Some people just do it, get the equipment and all that, sit in the basement and just interview. Like, dog, you wasting time.
Well, they can do that. There's some of them that really like hold it.
No,
and make
what I'm
money
saying is,
and they do all that, but
try to find that check where you're gonna have it.
Absolutely, I'm not just gonna waste time recording.
You know this, right? People say they got a podcast,
don't make no money,
and not making no money. I want y'all to make money, and find a way. When you don't even start unless you know. Let me tell you.
Don't even start unless you get
Let me tell you some hood hustle.
Well, we gotta go.
No, here's some hood hustle. If you start a podcast, you could actually
go. See, you just went on 2X. You could have talked faster this whole time.
You can go into the hood and get people like let me promote your business and get $20 from different stores and just have they stuff on your thing.
I used to do $50 ads.
You understand what I'm saying?
When I started, $50 ads.
That you understand what I'm saying?
Locally.
I had a friend tell my friend the other day, I saw a couple years ago TK selling DVDs out the trunk of his car, not knowing that I was making hundreds of thousands selling DVDs out my car.
And that's why I love to do what I do and not speak on what I got.
Yes.
Because it is what it is. But we're going to end this show right now.
I love you,
just
young
like
lady.
every single week, I let you guys know if you're looking to start a podcast, idealaunchpodcastproductions.com or idealaunchpodcast.com. I am the producer of No For Sure Podcast with B. Simone and Megan Ashley. I am the producer of Holding Court with Ebony K. Williams. I am the producer of Pivot with Purpose. I am the producer of a show coming out now with Will Packer and iHeartMedia. I am the producer of another big show that's coming out and we're going to be launching in December. I've had my podcast production agency now for 3 years, been in the podcasting space for 7. We have done over 50 million downloads, over 2 million in revenue in the last 2 years.
Awesome.
So I do want to let you guys know I know what I'm doing. Don't take on any client. Have a purpose in your voice. Our voices are super impactful. They are powerful. So a podcast is very important. I brought you on here still thinking like, I might not agree with everything that you do, but as long as you continue to better, not you, but like anyone continues to better themselves, it's great. You have made the choices that you made. Your kids are already here. You've already done so. So hopefully within time, choosing our words wiser. I can't wait until I'm 63 years old like you are. And I have completely different views of the life and our kids will be different.
Could you do me a favor? I'm not here on this planet. When you get 63,
I'll send you a little dove.
No, play this video. I want you to play this video and see how much you change. That's what I would like for you to do. 60,
I got you.
70. Oh, I'll be 94 in 30 years, right?
You might still
30.
be here.
You 30 what?
36.
Yeah. Ooh.
You might be.
I might be here.
Well, to wrap up this episode, every single episode, I wrap it up with a Bible verse because that's my foundation. Bow your heads. We can take a prayer. I'm just kidding. We ain't gonna do this. I do. So I choose just a verse and I talk about it real quick. Just it takes 2 seconds to close it out. That this is my foundation. I have my passions. And I also know that I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't have faith, if I didn't have God behind me. Because I tell everybody I am God's favorite. And there are so many people that will be like, I don't like who she is or I don't like that. Take the time to see who I am. Like people when they first meet you or just maybe hear clips of yours, they're like, I don't like her. Take the time to learn my story, why I speak the way that I do. There are folks that don't like TD Jakes. There are folks that don't like Sarah J. Roberts. There are folks that don't
Yeah,
like
it's life.
some of the greatest people on this, that I believe are the greatest people on this earth,
That's what I've been saying.
right?
It's life. Like, it is what it is. It's just life.
So here we go.
Okay.
Proverbs 1:5, let the wise listen and add to their learning, and let the discerning get guidance. So I brought this up because you're always talking about wisdom.
Yes.
And I feel like wisdom always comes to me from the one above. We listen. We have elders that we always get things from. You've lived a different life that I can definitely say sometimes like, wow, like it had to happen different 36 years ago when you was out here smashing. I don't know. I wasn't here. They were making me.
Right.
But I think it's important to know that there will never be a time in our life when we have arrived. So-called, right? We've never arrived anywhere. Every year, every day, there's still a journey. We'll never be all-knowing. I don't know everything. I don't think anyone, I know and not everyone on this earth knows everything.
Yes.
So which means that we're constantly students, we're constantly learning, and we're constantly through this process of just becoming better people. So of course, not perfect. I do have very strong opinions of where I am. I will always have extremely strong opinions. And I'm also a person that can say, I can listen and say, you know what? that wasn't cool. Or what I did, or I can apologize. When there's a moment for me to apologize, I will apologize to saying so. So we should always humbly be willing to listen, learn, and receive guidance to continue our growth. So I do go in there, Proverbs 1:5, if you have ever opened the Bible, just have something that someone or a higher power that's more than us. So that is another episode. TK Kirkland, thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome,
I appreciate you. Take my behind over to Tampa now. Gotta get out of here.
You got a date.
It's not a date.
It's a date.
It's not a date.
Rubber's back.
No.
Rubber's back.
No.
You gonna buy him a drink?
No.
You asked him out.
I got the tickets.
But you asked him out.
I bought the tickets.
Okay, you asked this man out.
I bought the tickets.
Bought the tickets, and we are going.
And I gotta buy a drink.
Hopefully he'll buy the drink.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I got the tickets.
Okay, yeah.
He got to buy the drink, the gas, the food.
I had to hit.
I got 2 tickets.
Yeah. He should. Hopefully he'll pay for gas.
Hopefully.
He better.
Right.
He better get out the car and put gas in the car.
Absolutely.
You'll spend the night there?
No.
You gonna come right back?
Yeah.
Why don't you spend the night?
Coming home is only an hour and a half away.
Oh, it's only an hour and a half? Oh, you should spend the night.
Why?
And snuggle.
Bye. See y'all later. Get out of here.